Breaking out of El Segundo tonight, I'm putting you inside the Lakers. Plan as it actually looks, how the staff has redrawn the rotation while Lebron James manages a right-side sciatica flare. What the front office can and can't do under the cap in the next 6 weeks. And which on-court trends will decide whether this season tracks toward May or starts wobbling by Thanksgiving. I'll map the roles for Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, and DeAndre Ayton, the stagger patterns around Luka-centric usage without LeBron, and the checkpoints the team is using to grade progress. I'm not dropping the headline at the top. You'll feel it when it lands, because it's the only conclusion that respects winning, timeline, and reality. Here's the route we'll take. First, the basketball. How possessions change when the primary processor sits, which lineups have identity, and where the shooting must stabilize early. Second, the logistics. Hard cap constraints, roster slots, and what waiting for proration actually buys you in December. Third, the competitive window. How a tough West punishes slow starts and what a credible top 6 profile looks like by the time LeBron is reevaluated. Finally, we'll connect it all what these next weeks say about a franchise that promised contention and a legend who has never wasted a season. No smoke, just a board, piece by piece. On the floor, the shift is immediate. With LeBron out, Luka Doncic holds the keys as full-time engine, more spread pick and roll, more wedge actions to feed Ayton on deep seals, more early offense triggered by Smart's pressure at the point of attack. Austin Reeves toggles between secondary creation and spacer. LaRavia becomes the timing release on the weak side, and Rui Hachimura is the mid-post answer when possessions stall. In this structure, every cut and every screen has to be on time. Without LeBron's free throw line orchestrations, the margin for sloppy spacing is gone. You win October with discipline, not hero shots. Defense sets the floor. Smart changes temperature the moment he checks in. He chases over, he bumps rollers, he talks. That lets the big stay home and drop and deters the easy pocket pass. Ayton matters even more without LeBron because he can fix one mistake per possession. Late contests, swallowed drives, tip-out rebounds that create free points. The goal isn't to become an elite defense in 2 weeks. The goal is to keep the defensive rating in the league's upper third while the offense learns to hum. Winning 104-101 in October buys you time for 118-112 in February. Depth has to be a feature, not an alibi. Bench units need identity. You can call out in 5 words: pressure, push, space, crash, talk. That means Smart plus Reeves defending the nail with violent help. LaRavia sprint lift into the arc and shooting immediately when Luka draws the extra footstep, and Ayton turning deep catches into simple scores. If you watch camp closely, you saw it. Early Spain pick and roll, 45 cuts behind ball watchers, hammer action to the corner, and clean up from the 5. None of it is flashy. All of it is what keeps a team from blowing winnable games while the star heels dot now the ledger. The Lakers are operating under a tight hard cap reality after retooling the core and spending their mid-level. With 14 standard contracts and minimal room under the apron, there's no quick fix that lets you absorb a mid-tier salary tomorrow. Proration helps later, but not now. Translation: internal development is the front half of the plan, and any ad before December must be minimal level or two-way shuffling. That's not an excuse. It's the constraint that forces cleaner rotations and honest shot diets right now. You can feel the stakes in the schedule. The first 15 games are league-wide chemistry tests. For the Lakers, they're also a standings test because the West middle class is brutal. Go 9-6, and your process gets patience. Go 6-9 with slippage in clutch time, and every possession is suddenly a referendum. That's how October becomes a tone-setting month. Not because banners are won now, but because you either build habits that travel or you start living off isolation heroics that don't hold up. Let's give the new faces their due. DeAndre Ayton changes geometry. When he sprints to the rim, the weak side low man has to tag, which opens the skip pass and keeps the help honest. When he's decisive catch, go. Finish, he gives the offense low-drama points and protects Luka's legs from grinding possessions. Marcus Smart brings edge and structure. He screens like a big, melts actions with physicality, and turns loose balls into 5-point swings. Jake LaRavia is the small bet that can pay big if he keeps releasing on time. He adds the half step of space that makes Luka's reads automatic and later gives LeBron drive lanes without crowding the paint. Reeves is the hinge. Without LeBron, his job is clarity. Attack the second defender, keep the ball hopping, and guard up a position so Smart can terrorize primary handlers. When he plays decisive, the offense finds flow. When he hesitates, the advantage dies at the nail. The staff is pushing him to own that middle ground, because those reps today translate into cleaner second-side offense when LeBron returns. Now, the clock LeBron is watching. He's 40 years old, in season 23, and managing a real issue that needs weeks. He is not in a hurry for headlines. He's in a hurry for certainty. The dashboard he's reading is simple: defensive connectivity, turnover control, shot quality, clutch execution. A top 6 profile by his re-evo healthy shot diet sturdy defense. Smart late game possessions makes the choice easy, ramp up and go. Anything less, and the calculus shifts from when do I return to what returns are possible on my minutes. Context matters because this isn't about emotion. It's about odds. LeBron is always aligned with credible paths to June. Miami when the window opened, Cleveland when the core plus assets aligned, Los Angeles when the market and future flexibility made sense. He's never hid that he's all in. He's even less shy now. So as he sits and studies, the question he's asking isn't can I help? That's a given. It's does this roster, as constructed and realistically tweakable, carry me to a conference finals track without burning me out by March? That's why the middle of the roster is under the microscope. If LaRavia shoots on time, if Reeves presses edges without turning the ball over, if Smart stays available, if Ayton keeps the floor clean, the math softens. But if the offense needs LeBron to be a heliocentric lift every fourth quarter, and the defense has to bend 2 bodies toward the nail to survive drives, then all the old burdens reappear. He's refusing that scenario. Not because of ego, but because it's not a path to a parade. Let's talk cap flexibility without fairy tales. The Lakers can make surgical moves once contracts prorate and more players become trade eligible. But every move costs future flexibility and likely a pick. This front office already paid a real price to reset the core around Luka, LeBron, Ayton, and Smart. That means the upgrade path is narrower. It still exists wing size with volume shooting, or a bench creator who buys 6 clean minutes per half, but it's not a shopping spree. Timing and health will decide if that lane opens. Coaching philosophy matters here too. The staff wants 5-man offense early actions, second side touches, misdirection to force 2 decisions per possession. That's perfect when LeBron returns because he can win a possession with angle and timing alone. But if the surrounding pieces don't hold spacing and the defense can't stack stops, you end up asking him to drag late clock possessions every night. That's exactly what he wants to avoid at this stage. All of this leads to the moment. None of us wanted the script in October, but all of us have to respect. LeBron James is using this recovery window to evaluate whether the Lakers' current form and realistic mid-season flexibility add up to a title-credible path. He is not fear-mongering. He's forecasting. He's always chosen the route with the highest probability of finishing with confetti. If this roster proves it can carry its weight and then sharpen when he returns, he's all in. If it doesn't, he won't attach his final miles to a maybe. The inflection point is closer than it feels. A 10-game sample is noisy, but it tells you about habits. Are the closeouts honest? Are the rotations crisp? Is the offensive pace controlled? Are late-game sets generating clean looks? That's why the staff is obsessed with small wins right now, 2 fewer live ball turnovers, 1 extra hit ahead, 1 more deep seal for Ayton, 1 timely corner 3 from LaRavia. Stack those and you buy patience. fail to stack them, and you invite a conversation no one wants public. We've arrived at the weight of it. Inside the building, the truth is being said quietly. The Lakers must demonstrate a top 6 seed profile by the time LeBron's minutes can reasonably ramp, or all options go on the table. Not threat theater professional calculus. He's earned the right to demand a path with real odds. The organization has the responsibility to meet that standard, or accept the consequences that come with setting a win-now bar. Here's the turn you've been waiting for. And I'm saying it plainly, because anything else is noise. If the Lakers can't show tangible progress toward a real title track in the coming weeks, LeBron James is prepared to seek an exit that maximizes his final championship window. Not anger, not ultimatum, a hard basketball decision by a player who has always aligned his legacy with winning. Before we close, I want your voice on record. If the team sits below expectations when he's cleared, say, outside the top 8 with repeating late-game issues, do you back a surgical trade and a full recommitment to this core? Or do you support LeBron choosing a roster already built to carry him to June? Drop your honest plan in the comments. Rotations you'd lock, skill sets you'd target, and the single metric you'd use to judge the next 10 games. I'll pin the sharpest cap sound proposals so the entire Lakers family can debate it with facts. My read. Concise and unsentimental. If defense, shooting volume, and late clock execution stabilize now, LeBron returns and this group gets real by Christmas. If not, the smartest player of his era will do what he has always done, choose the highest percentage road to a parade, even if that road leaves Los Angeles. That's the standard he set. That's the standard the franchise must meet. If this helped you see the season with clear eyes and not just headlines, make sure you're subscribed to Lakers News Fan Report. Hit the like so this analysis finds more Laker fans who want substance, and turn on notifications. I'll be here after every game, every rotation tweak, and every front office ripple with film. Context and cap reality, no panic, no sugarcoating, only basketball.